She would play with his nuts all day, and Story Time with Tomfoolery presents Dee's Big Nuts. Dee was a squirrel who had big nuts. His nutsack was so big that it would drag on the ground everywhere he went. Dee had a friend named Sarah who loved nuts. Sarah would go around the town trying to put everyone's nuts in her mouth. Sarah loved how big Dee's nuts were. His nuts were her favourite. They were the biggest nuts she had ever seen. She would play with his nuts all day, and sometimes even at night. Sometimes her mum would join. They would take turns holding Dee's nuts at night. Sometimes Sarah would even try to put both of his nuts in her mouth at once. She would giggle. Her face would turn red. And then his nuts would come flying out. One day, someone ran up to his nuts and started poking them. "Hey, jerk, off my nuts," he said. Although Sarah loved Dee's nuts, she would sometimes kick them. She once kicked them so hard, she busted a nut. Dee was very sad that Sarah busted his nut. He just wanted Sarah to play nice with his nuts. One day, when his nuts were feeling better, she took them to lunch, where she got peanut butter all over them. His nuts were so sticky. After that day, she knew she would need to play nice, because all good squirrels know how to play nice with big nuts. The end. Storytime with Tomfoolery presents Do You Want to Play with My Balls? Hey, Louie, do you want to play with my balls? Sure, Chuck. I can hold your ball sack so it won't drag on the ground. Wow, your balls are so big, I can't even fit them in my mouth. My mum's always yelling, "Louie, get those balls out of your mouth before you choke." You know that mean girl, Sally? She squeezed my balls so hard, they looked funny. Yeah, well, when I play with Sally, I always end up with blue balls. Billy Johnson made Sally cry last week. Now that kid's got balls. Not anymore. Yesterday, Sally kicked Billy's balls so hard, he lost one. Look, Louie, your dog is licking my balls. Let's roll them on Sparky's fur. Girls hate hairy balls. You know, Chuck, if we show Sally our hairy balls, she'll scream for sure. Yeah, but I don't know. I kind of like Sally. I wish she would just play nice with my balls. Yeah, me too. Hi, Sally. Do you want to play with our balls? Sure, but only if I can play with both of your balls at the same time. Finger these links for more Storytime with Tomfoolery. Around Books presents Susie Likes to Look at Balls. Tiger's balls are small and white, just like Michael Jackson's. These two guys are socialites. They both see lots of action. Tiger puts his balls in holes and keeps them out of sand, while Michael proudly shows his balls to boys at Neverland. Bruce Jenner ran decathlons. He took Olympic gold. But today, I'm sad to say he has no balls to hold. I don't know just what went down. He must have lost a bet. Bruce's balls are Caitlin's now. I'm sure he has regrets. Serena brings some lovely balls to the tennis scene. She has fuzzy little yellow balls, yellowish and green. I think these balls might just be what makes her such a threat. The other girls out on the court haven't got a set. Serena tries to keep them hidden, 'cause if they're verified, from the Women's Tennis League, she'll be disqualified. Pam has soft and bouncy balls, the kind that must be seen. Hugh Hefner knows how all that goes. They're in his magazine. Hugh Hefner's balls were big and bold, the finest balls around. Then one day, Hugh got old. Now his balls drag on the ground. Susie went with Magic Johnson out for some seafood. When she looked at Magic's balls, she really lost the mood. Magic, where is your protection? I think it is too late. Your balls are going to spread infection. It is time to end this date. David Beckham thinks his balls look nice, and it seems the world agrees. He showed his balls once to Posh Spice. The rest is history. Ernie is not at all impressed by what David Beckham's got. He thinks that Spice Girl looks depressed since having tied the knot. Ernie's rented shoes and his wrist brace made David laugh out loud. But the eyes lit up on Posh's face when Ernie pulled his ball sack out. Ernie's balls were beautiful, big and hard and round. When he slid his fingers in, Posh made a funny sound. Ernie rolled those big old balls for a split and then a strike. Now David knows it's Ernie who's got the stuff that ladies like.